Well, it would seem that some of our adventurers have escaped their prison. Or have they?
You've survived. You don't know how, but you've survived. Somehow the mass of water sweeping below you didn't pull you down with it, although it was a struggle and you survived. As you recover, what remains of the water pools in the chamber you escaped from, as well as in the first small stretch of the uneven sand tunnel, before the tunnel twists downward. Peering down the tight cavern tunnel, you realize that the baby crabs, if you can call them that, have evacuated, likely due to the water that came flooding through the tunnel. Speaking of which, as you peer down the tunnel, you notice that it seems to connect to a larger cavern that plunges down from above, drops of water pulled downward from varying spots every half a second or so. If you were lucky, you might be able to climb up the cavern walls to explore the upper parts of this cave system, although, well, perhaps not. Although, another tighter tunnel funnels into the main cavern from the opposite end, although it immediately curves back upward. What do you do?
So we have two options, right? Just take a climb. Take a climb, boys. Or...
Should I check? Okay.
And you don't have to go immediately.
Should I check I'm gonna check to see if everybody's alright from the water.
Alright.
Should I roll or should
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
Alright, let's get through. That's a solid 9.
No.
Everybody's dead.
No, that's not what that means. What that means is you can't really tell. It looks like people are alright, for the most part. I don't think anyone got hurt, but you can't really tell if there's anybody who got, like mild injuries or anything. You're not sure.
Can I... Actually, I think it might be too late. Never mind.
To try what?
I was gonna see if I could cast a guidance to give myself an extra 1d4 ability for that ability check.
I mean, if you want to, you can try, but I don't know if it's gonna really... I would save it.
Yeah.
I don't think this roll is important enough to waste
Also,
that on.
my knuckle is burning for some reason.
Oh shit, it's on fire.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we're all going...
Roll a...
It's on fire!
You have a lighter in here?! What the
Anyways.
Put the gun down!
Could I, roll a perception to see if there's an easier way to climb this other than just jump up and go for it? Or...
Sure, you can try.
Okay. And my luck in Dungeons and Dragons continues!
Now,
11.
11, so that was a straight up 8 plus 3.
Yeah.
Well, if you were able to make the jump across, there is another tunnel directly across the cavern, although I'm not sure if you could make that jump.
Do we have rope?
You all should.
Yes!
I should.
You should in your packs.
Everyone has rope. I have rope. I'm gonna try it.
Everyone should have rope, yeah. So, what are you gonna do exactly?
That would mean I make a jump and then maneuver across? Would that...
Would you
Well, you may not be able to make the jump, but you may be able to throw the rope
Are you
across.
talking about making a grappling hook?
Do you have something that would make a grappling hook?
Just for clarification, this main tunnel is probably 30 to 40 feet across.
Oh.
So that's a little bit too long to jump.
No.
I actually looked this up for a game I was playing recently. I think the world record long jump is not very long. It's 22 feet or something like that.
22 feet.
I highly doubt that we could even beat that record.
Oh no.
I could try to throw
You're a
you.
freaking skater.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I'm trying to throw you.
Bob! That actually also came up multiple times in the same game.
I don't know,
but also you could fall and die, so...
And there's the fact that I am... Then there's the fact that
well,
I'm not a small
you don't
creature.
know exactly what's below. You haven't looked.
Ooh, I know what I can do.
What'd you roll? What are you rolling for? To throw it?
Perception.
You guys.
18.
18. So are you going to move down this...
I'm gonna look down.
You see sands. Are you gonna move to the end of the tunnel and look down? You gotta specify that.
Yes! Oh my god, you're worse than a lot of people.
You're worse than
alright.
me. You're worse than me.
Alright.
And that's saying something.
Pretty bad.
I'm gonna need you to roll a dex check.
What? A dex check?
Wait. I
Would it be
cast guidance to keep you from dying.
So you get an additional 1d4.
Yep.
So roll a 1d4.
You could add it before or after. So if I
Roll a 1d4, yeah.
4.
Four,
So add
perfect,
4
alright.
too.
Alright, so that would be a dexterity.
Just, yeah, dex save.
Okay. That would be plus 8. Thank God. Thank God. The moment I saw the dice, oh thank God.
I'm finally being a cleric.
As you step onto the edge, you push your foot into the sand just enough to cause it to crumble down into the massive open cavern below. Luckily, you're able to pull your right foot back.
Okay.
Barely.
Barely. Alright.
You're welcome.
As
What
you
do
look-
I see?
It's hard to keep your footing as you peer down, but below you is a massive open cavern in the sand. At the bottom, a heaping mass of all kinds of loot fills the bottom third of the hole, a collection of gold, jewelry, and magical items. And sleeping there, protecting it, is the crab that captured half of you.
Let's not get the gold. Let's not.
And Vera, at this point, walks up to where you are, and I guess I should roll a dex save for her.
Yes.
And I guess I should.
Could I give her advantage? Can I give her advantage by just saying, "Be careful"?
Fuck up.
Because I don't
No,
want to use.
I think
another
she's
spell.
fine.
Or careful. Isn't it one word?
I said, "Be careful."
There it is.
I don't want to cast another spell.
Be careful.
I think she'll be fine. This is the first time I've rolled with this d20, so let's hope it doesn't fuck up.
What else?
Oh shit.
I cast guidance.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
wait.
you can do
What
that.
if I... Would it be an athletics save, or what save would that be if I to notice and grab her?
Just dex.
Just
well,
dex?
which one's highest?
Well,
Do you have
there's an
is athletics higher or dex higher?
A dex save? My dex save is actually pretty high.
What about your athletics save? Is that higher? Or
Higher, yeah.
Use your athletics then.
Okay.
As she steps forward, her right leg pierces straight through the sand like a dart, and she's pulled down. For the first second of falling,
Whoa, bye! That one!
oh fuck! This is it. For the first second of her falling, her legs are forced apart at about a right angle. Her left knee is pulled back. She's hanging by her crotch.
Why? Why would you do that?
Guys, please help.
Anime! And then freaking... Would I fall? Because it's a nat 1?
Maybe.
Don't make the situation worse.
I rolled
think-
a nat...
As you reach to grab her, you trip, and
Don't.
what are you wearing on your feet?
What am I wearing?
Are they like sandals?
Yeah, sandals.
Your right sandal comes off, and you trip over the edge and barely grab onto her leg.
Rip.
She's
For you.
desperately. Her legs are in fucking splits, man.
God, that is...
Don't
that
look
would
up.
hurt. That would my first thought was not don't look up, it's that would fucking hurt.
Oh, it does. She cries out in agony.
Oh my god.
If only I actually put anything into my strength and dexterity instead of loading it all into charisma. I can't talk you guys out of this.
Oh, fuck.
'Cause I was
Goldie.
about, wait, there's other people.
Goldie!
If only Absol were here. He has
Only-
a fucking +7,
Oh, Absol!
and I don't think anyone else can exactly. save, but I think everyone's gonna try. All the scientists are gonna try. Actually, now I think about it, one of the police officers that's down here with you
Okay.
is going to desperately run for Vera and you and try to pull her up. Let's see how this works.
I'm excited if this is a disaster.
Are you fucking kidding me? I got a 6.
Okay.
Evil. God damn it.
So we Wimpy Simon is gonna take a shot, and before I do, I'm gonna cast.
So he's hanging on Goldie's legs, and Goldie is hanging on Vera's one leg, pulling her further into the splits.
I'm gonna try to fix this situation by casting guidance on myself first. So I'm gonna see
Do
what
it, please.
Okay, would this be a mess? It wouldn't matter if it was a Dexter's.
Thank God I'm not doing spell slots.
Okay, so that's a 7.
That's a 7.
Plus, it's a 10.
You barely save. You are able to, just as Vera's about to slip, you grab onto her.
Do I get the reinforcement from the?
Yeah, the other officers and the scientists are helping you. They're able to help, but you're able to hold her up until they get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of somebody rolling a strength check. And it's not you.
Let's. We're all in this together. Let's all do it together.
Aldrin is going to roll a strength check because he has +6.
Okay.
Aldrin is going to roll a strength check to try to pull Vera and all of you up. And that is a 20.
Oh, God!
Desperately, after this horrible shit.
This horrible series of events.
An unfortunate series of events.
The series of unfortunate events. Max.
Season
Get
2.
it right.
Season 3.
I want season 2.
Season Dungeons and Dragons.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Unfortunate Events.
A series of Stranger Things.
Alright.
Yeah, after this series of unfortunate events, Aldrin is able to pull Vera and all of you up off of the sand from your death.
Remind me who that is.
Aldrin is the human scientist.
Okay.
Okay, so how about we all think of a plan first instead of
But you know what's down there now.
Yes.
So let's avoid down there.
So down there is more than likely where he's keeping the wrench and possibly any other things that he might have.
Or the rest of us.
Well, maybe.
Perhaps. I don't.
You don't know.
You
don't know where the rest of the party is.
I don't know where anything is.
I just want to have a moment to talk here because I am so confused and I need to know, should I even trust these people? Because I don't know.
Oh, you're not talking in character.
No, I am talking.
Wait.
I'm just saying it'll be,
Should I
trust
even...
these?
Should I even trust you? Should I even trust these people who I'm talking directly to?
I'm so...
I like that you're talking to them and referring to them as these people.
Did you pull me aside to talk to me privately?
Yes, okay.
Okay,
Yes,
that clarifies. Okay,
Yes,
so you pull Gobi aside, I guess, back into the first room that you were in.
Alright.
Stop picking up my fucking pencil.
Just use mine, you dingle.
Give me my pencil back. I don't trust you with it. Jesus Christ, you're destroying this thing.
Click on it.
You're like destroying it. No, the poor innocent grip. Jesus.
Sorry, I can't keep my hand still at all.
Do you want to fix it?
It's fixed already.
Anyways.
Okay, so...
No, I've pulled this pencil apart a bunch too, but not like that, you heathen.
Alright.
So, you've pulled Goldie aside to the front room where you were originally captured in.
Alright, so...
And there's still water pooled in the bottom, but it's only up to like maybe halfway between your knees and your ankles.
Fantastic.
Okay, so... this has to be a first for me. I'm honestly confused on whether or not I should trust these people. I don't know much about the whole wrench thing that's going on. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they're... I just don't know, and I need to know. I'm wondering, I'm not saying we should betray them, That's a dumb move, but should we? That's a dumb. Yeah, duh. But do you think that maybe we should talk to them?
Talk to them. Golby doesn't know how to talk.
Communication with other people?
Yes,
That's fucking
Simon.
insane.
Simon and Golby are just both not.
I know! They both, out of all the people to be stuck together, it's the two most distrusting, ambiguous motherfuckers in the party. But, Golby just kind of looks at Simon with crossed arms and, just kind of looks in the direction of the room, where the rest of the people are.
That's just a tunnel.
Just a
sand
tunnel
in the
the rest of the tunnel. And he just kind of goes, well, right now, they're all we have. So I guess we should discuss things, but just be careful.
Here,
Be careful, Simon. You go do it. I'm gonna stay in here.
I'll try to do the talking.
Right.
And then that moment,
Right.
they knew. That was the moment before they knew
That
they
was the
fucked up.
moment they knew.
Welcome back to the intermission. I am your DM, Max. I know this is practically a meme at this point, but I would like to apologize for having such an amazingly short episode this week. This is probably going to be the shortest one yet, and I'm sorry for that. Things have been really hectic for all of us the past few weeks. Alfred, James, and I have had senior projects to work on. Levi and Tal have been having family issues. Tal's been having family issues. Well, issues within his family. Levi has a bad dad. Of course, I'm joking. There have been issues scheduling around parent schedules and stuff, so it's been difficult to record. This was the only bit we were able to record. Ross has a job, so there's stuff like that going on. We're trying our best to get things out, and so yeah, I apologize for the short episode. In addition, I want to apologize for the audio quality in this episode. I know it's not the best. There's a lot of background noise. We're currently experimenting around trying to find where the best place to play and record is. We've recorded a couple episodes at my house. This episode was recorded at Alfred's house, which we clearly will not choose again, given the amount of background noise. And we're looking into a place in town to maybe do some recording in. So, which I checked out today, and it was fun. It seemed maybe a little bit loud, but we're looking into places that we could record, and we're trying to figure out where we can do that. So, give us some time, and hopefully as this series goes on, the audio quality will get a lot better. And I appreciate everybody who's sticking out this series so far, and I appreciate everybody who's enjoying it. As always, if you enjoy this series, if you enjoy this podcast, it helps so much when you share it with your friends, or give it a like or review on iTunes, or, just let other people know that this exists, because as it stands, we don't have any ads for this series anywhere, outside of, sharing it with our own audiences that we already have, which aren't very large, but, it makes me and it makes everybody else on the podcast really happy when we see somebody's enjoying it. So please, if you like this, you can tweet at the Loud Lads for now until we get a Twitter account for this podcast, which we still haven't bothered doing yet. I don't know why not. But for now, tweet at the Loud Lads. You can tweet using the hashtag #BoyFell or Boisterous Fellows if you want to make use of the new character limit that's increased. Yeah, so please go ahead and share this around. As always, as I've been mentioning, the OST, once this arc is done, it will be coming out. We're not sure in the format anymore. I know I was saying it would come out in one nice long chunk, like its own episode. But I'm not quite so sure if that's going to happen anymore, if we're going to release the tracks individually. I'm still working that out with Tal, who is the one who's been managing the podcast in terms of SoundCloud and everything. So, we're not sure how that's going to work out, but the OST will be released. If not on, like, iTunes and Google Play, it will at least be released on YouTube, for certain. And probably SoundCloud as well. We don't know about Google Play and iTunes, but it will be released. I don't know how many more episodes at this point we're going to go for the rest of this arc. As I said previously, I think last time, I said we don't know how many more episodes we have because we don't know how long the rest of this arc is going to take to play through. As such is the nature of D&D. Typically, you'll plan something ahead of time, and then you will have no idea how long it'll take until you actually play it. That's just the nature of D&D. So, I'm thinking we're about 3/5 to 2/3 of the way through this arc. But, so I would say maybe 10 to 13 more episodes, but I'm not quite certain about that. Or rather, 10 to 13 total episodes. So, I'm also possibly thinking about doing little mini arcs, like little for fun one-offs in between arcs that aren't necessarily canon, but are just for fun, and they might be more comedy-based, especially once the game gets a little bit more serious, which it might very well do into the late game, which I do have plans for. I've planned way ahead, but I haven't planned very thoroughly. But I do have overall plans for ahead that I'll take care of when we... But, don't you worry your pretty little heads off. I have an idea for this series. Yeah, as always, follow us at The Loud Lads for now. It'll probably be at Boisterous Fellows or maybe at Boyfellcasts. But I don't know for sure yet. We'll probably make that Twitter account at some point in the next few weeks, just because we might as well. But we'll probably still announce it on at The Loud Lads, just because that makes things easier. For now. Once Boisterous Fellows gets its own sort of audience of its own, separate from The Loud Lads, we'll probably make a separate Twitter account and transfer everything over there. But for now, we're going to continue posting new episodes on at The Loud Lads. Another quick reminder, if you guys would like to talk to some of the people on Boisterous Fellows, we're thinking of opening up our Discord to the public, so if you guys like that idea, and, if you would totally join that Discord and hang out, let us know, tweet at us, comment on SoundCloud or on YouTube. Let us know what you guys think of that idea. That's about it for today. Let's go back into the fun, huh? That's like the sound of going through a portal. Alright, see ya.
Top 10 scenes before
I'm gonna
disasters
try
in
think,
anime.
this is why. This is why I loaded Simon with charisma.
Faintly, you hear something. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It grows louder and louder and louder, closer and closer, until, before you know it, tens of thousands of gallons of water come barreling down the main shaft, plummeting straight down into the caverns below.
Shit!
You can clearly see sand being ripped off the walls by the tremendous force as the water foams white, like an impenetrable wall of suffocation that just keeps coming and coming. You don't know where this massive amount of water could have come from, but you might have an idea. Anyway, it would seem that you're stuck here until the water stops pouring in. At this point, you can either debrief everything that's happened so far, maybe try to gather some info from the others here, or you guys can take a short rest and recover whatever hit points you may have lost up to this point.
I don't.
Or perhaps, if you have something else in mind, you can try that.
I want to try to talk to them.
Golby, is there just a place where he can just sit down and stare at everyone?
Yeah, so, in the room that you guys were first captured in, it kind of slopes up. So if it wasn't clear, this is a cavern.
Yes.
Yeah, so it slopes up out of that room into the main tunnel.
Okay.
And there's kind of a hump over there where Sivan, I believe, got caught earlier. Well, so, yeah, you can sit on that ledge, though.
Okay.
Or on that hump.
Yeah.
Probably.
He just kind of sits there, he crosses his leg, like, I don't know, like that kind of really stereotypical pose of reading a magazine.
Okay, so while we're talking, I'm not only gonna talk to them, but I'm gonna try to try to loosen, get the mood flow, make things a lot nicer.
Alright.
What?
This is Golby slowly clapping at you, taking your cards out.
Of fucking course.
I mean, can we just appreciate, you're going to face great adventures!
I see adventure in your future.
Okay, so update for all the viewers. I learned
How to actually use them?
I learned how to actually use tarot cards, and I learned that yes, it's pronounced tarot, and I should stop being a little spitey shit.
A little bitch.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sit everybody down, and before I do, I'm gonna cast the my spell book. I'm gonna cast, where is it? I'm gonna cast light on my shield to cause. Wait, is it dark in here?
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast light on my shield, and it's a touch one earth, and you touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension until the spell ends. The object sheds a bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light can be colored as I like. I want it to be I want a very small blue tint so it won't be hard on the eyes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put the shield there so we have some light, and I'm gonna just get everybody to hug, get around in a circle. Let's kumbaya.
You're gonna try to get everybody in a circle?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get everybody to sit down in a circle as we all talk for a second and plan, and as I interrogate them in a gentle way with tarot cards.
So are you gonna try to interrogate just a scientist?
Yeah, primarily the scientists. I don't care about the policemen.
Yeah, fuck the police. Wait. Know what I meant? Listen, if you're a police officer and listening to this, I'm sorry.
I'm a police officer if you're listening to this!
What do you mean? The same reason as anyone else.
I get it. Yeah. They got stuff to do.
So does everyone in the world!
I don't know.
For all policemen, Max has weed and he lives at 123 Street. Arrest him.
Street.
This message has been brought to you by Home Depot.
Welcome to Chili's. How may I help you?
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Home Depot. How may I help you?
Alright,
so
anyway,
you're gonna gather them all in a circle.
Yes. Just all to relax and cool
You're
down
all
and
gonna
think.
interrogate the living fuck out of them.
Yes. Wait, no.
No fucking?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That I agree to.
No,
I agree.
First of all, I need to know them well, and second of all, I need their consent.
God
Simon
there
may
goes
be a
my
tief-
Saturday.
Simon may be a tiefling, but he's not a monster.
Maybe the real monster is the...
Is the friends we made
What?
along the way.
Why are we like this? Okay, alright.
Okay, so you're gonna gather them in a circle.
Yes.
The scientists are mostly gonna sit in one area of the circle, and the police officers are gonna sit in the other.
Alright.
And then there's you two.
Golby's not.
So,
And then there's
okay, you
just Siphon. Alone.
Yeah, I'm the small odd man out. Hey guys, you want to read some tarot cards?
Golby kind of like rolls his eyes and walks up to Simon and just leans down. Like he's trying his best to look like he's interested because he is mildly.
For poor innocent Simon.
But he's just. But he also has two expressions and is basically a brick wall. So.
Two expressions: angry and neutral. So, who are you going to try to tarot
look
card?
at the scientists, and I'm gonna.
Any takers?
Any taker? No. Okay. I'm just gonna keep shuffling.
Can I roll like a
Kolner
Perception to
and
see if-
Aldrin look completely disinterested.
Okay.
God damn it, I dropped it.
And so does one of the police officers.
I'm gonna-
What were you gonna do, Golby?
I was gonna do a perception to see who was interested or not, but you kind of just told me.
Well, that's how it works sometimes.
yeah. Okay. Wait. Which one was the really, really, really short human or really, really tall dwarf? I forgot which
Yeah,
one.
you said you.
The short elf is most straight. She's not up here.
Yeah, you
And
said
then the
not
really
most
tall.
straight.
Well, not.
You
He's
said
taller.
You said he was like a really tall dwarf. That man is human-sized, okay? He is not a dwarf.
He's a dwarf, technically.
He tries his best.
He's a dwarf.
He better be half dwarf.
And that's that's
physical-
Kolner. No, he's a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
He's a full dwarf, although he's not the size of a dwarf. Look, he had a weird family. So the tall dwarf is Kolner, and he's
Okay.
about the height. He's a little bit taller than Mustry,
Mhm.
who is a very short, stocky elf.
And I love her.
This is the only person
She's
that
my daughter.
Golby has vaguely talked to.
Kolner?
I guess Kolner is the only one I vividly remember besides
I
Vera.
think I flirted with him, and then he rejected
Yes.
it. Yeah, and then he rejected it, so now I don't flirt with him.
Sorry.
That's how
Mustry's-
things
sorry,
go chronologically,
Mustry's a half elf.
socially.
Sorry. Mustry's a half elf. Because
Okay.
I'm used to playing half elves.
Okay.
What can I say?
I mean, Sagittarius exists.
So,
Alright. I have no idea. He's the only person that Golby has really, talked to or remembered besides Vera. And then Vera is... How's Vera? Do I roll perception for that? How's Vera?
roll perception, I guess.
Okay.
In terms of the tarot cards.
Or
Tarot cards.
how she is in general, just because of just what just happened. Okay.
She's probably in pain.
Basically, where's my perception? There it is.
You're a basically.
Basic. Ooh, I rolled a 23.
Damn. Well. She's a nervous wreck.
Oh, I read her like a book.
You read her like a book. She's fucking anxious. She's panting.
Okay,
Alright.
need to... Okay, I'm gonna try to...
Okay.
It's mostly. I think her pain is mostly gone, but she's fucking. Her
like,
blood is pumping.
Alright.
A million miles a minute.
I go up to her and try to calm her down.
You are a tall, scary, stone dragonborn. That's not happening.
I mean,
One of her best friends is a dragonborn.
I'm calling this dragon sis.
Aram is also a dragonborn.
Okay, I really hate myself because twice now, Simon has committed microaggressions against dragonborns,
Fucking
even though he was raised by
microaggressions.
one, so god damn it.
Intercommunity. I don't know, but yes, this 6'10" tall dragon.
I made you
Born.
taller by force.
Yeah, I just approach her and just kind of go, hey, I know. God, I don't know what he would say.
He probably doesn't either.
Calm.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, I just calm.
Place
He
the
wouldn't
hand
t-
on his face.
he wouldn't.
Calm.
He wouldn't touch
Golby.
her at all. He wouldn't touch her at all. Maybe
Good.
like kind of sort of like
Air pat.
air pat, barely on the shoulder, and just
Calm.
like it was like, hey, I know things look really bad right
Yeah.
now.
So you're gonna gently touch her on the shoulder.
No, it's like an air touch.
She
Not
sees
quite.
she sees your hand and she tenses up briefly.
Okay, he reels back.
Anime gasp.
Yamete!
Nani?
Nani?
Alright.
Anyway.
Alright.
Damn my cat.
I
No.
Reaches under and like unlocks the door. Sorry, the cat reached under the door and like
Somehow his arm extended and he opened it.
and, like stretched upward. Anyway,
It's great.
so she looks up at you.
Okay. Give me a moment. This is out of character. Just give me a moment.
Hi.
Hey. Her. And like, he already knows that she's a nervous wreck, but might as well ask. He's just like, how are you holding up?
That was really bad.
Yeah,
Almost died
that was...
several times.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't say several times
That's a part of
because
the
she doesn't know about the
adventure.
separate individual roles.
Yeah.
That situation just kept getting worse and worse. I honestly thought I was done for.
It's not an adventure without the death. That was out of character. That was out of character. Simon did not say that.
I was just imagining Simon saying that in the background and
Goldie
Goldie-
fucking punches him.
or just
Goldie fucking decks him in the face.
or just like raises his hand to his face right like this.
You know, they say if your hand is bigger than your face, it's a sign of low intelligence. Why don't you try it?
Shut up. But yes,
Ow. Ow.
he just goes, things look really bleak right now, but honestly,
That's my life.
well, he doesn't say that, but he says, just based on past experience, I'm pretty sure we can get through this just fine. That's what he says. Or more formally, but...
More formally.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
he
Alright,
just-
no, shut up. You don't get to control your character. I'm God.
No!
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I'm my character, but yes, he says something along the lines of, based on my experience, I firmly believe we can make it out safely, and more than likely find the others.
Okay. And you want to do the tarot card now?
Okay, before I do, this is honestly just me wanting to shuffle because I want something to do with my hands. But I want to look at the scientist, and I've been thinking about what I'm gonna say this entire time. So just keep that in mind when I say this wonderful weather we're having.
The next episode of Boisterous Fellows should air Wednesday, December 13th. Thank you.